Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a night routine. I wanted to do kind of like an old school style YouTube video, just like voiceover of my current night routine, what I typically do after work every night. So obviously when I'm done with work, I go ahead and head to my car, and this night I actually wanted to run/walk on Bayshore. I used to do this quite a bit and then I kind of fell off doing it, so I want to get back into it, especially now that the time changed. It's so nice to have those extra sunlight hours after work, so I actually usually just change in my car. Drink some water, fix up my hair, take out my earrings, and put in my AirPods, and then I'm ready to go. I really love making a point to do this after work. Like I said, I don't do it nearly enough, but it's so great to just have some exercise right after I get out of the office. And Bayshore in the area is just so pretty, so I have to take advantage. I usually go a little over 3 miles down Bayshore towards the Hyde Park area, and then I go all the way back up and into downtown again. Then I go ahead and drive home. This is my favorite part of the drive, going over a little bridge over the water. I know my windshield has like marks all over it, so ignore that. Then it started getting a little bit darker, but at this point I'm just heading home. Once I get home, I always have like a million bags with me, it feels like, especially days I work out, just because I bring some extra clothes. So I just bring in everything from my car, and I always just kind of set it in the same place. I'll take it to our table and then kind of take out the things that I need, things that I want to keep downstairs with me, because I usually do some extra work throughout the night, after and before we're eating dinner. So I take away like my dirty dishes, my lunchbox. I say hi to Scout, our little puppy, and he's always happy to see us. So I take a moment to hang out with him, and then I'm putting things away again. I'll always take out my laptop. Like I said, I'm usually doing some kind of work, even after work, just with freelance stuff and extra things I need to get done. So I like to keep that with me, as well as chapstick, essential. I take my keys out, put them in our little drawer that we have next to our door, just kind of like a catch-all table. Then I go ahead and head upstairs and put everything away up there. Whenever I do have a workout bag, I take out those clothes and things that I have in that bag, and I go ahead and put those away. And I usually have like the shoes I wore, deodorant. I kind of just put everything back and clean up as soon as I get back to my room. Obviously taking off my shoes and socks and about to get in something a little more comfy. I do usually pack the shoes back in the bag to motivate me to go back and do something the next day, so I can pack another workout bag, but sometimes I just obviously don't get to it every day, but I like to keep those shoes in there just in case. I shut our blinds, and then I pulled on a sweatshirt. This one I got in New York this past December, so this is my little tourist gift that I bought myself, but it's really comfy and cozy, and I always just put on like a sweatshirt. Usually if I'm still in work pants, I'll put on sweatpants or shorts. And this particular night, I knew I was gonna wash my hair, so I decided to go ahead and put Olaplex in it so it could sit for a little bit. I was kind of back and forth about stopping using Olaplex. I feel like some people stopped using it and there was like some not great effects on it, but I had one more bottle and I'm like, let me just use it up. So I take out my hair, brush through it, and then I use a little water sprayer to dampen my hair. I just spray it everywhere, kind of make sure everything is saturated, and then I take a little bit of the product. This is the Olaplex number 3. I think it's just like the bond repairer. So I go ahead and put that everywhere. I think it says like mid-length to ends, and I just coat that all over my hair to let it sit in a bun for a little while. I think you only need to leave it on for like 10 minutes, but it says 10 minutes or longer, I'm pretty sure, so I just leave it on throughout the night. Sometimes I'll go out with it in my hair like on a weekend and let it sit, but I also don't do this all the time. I try not to do it too often in case it is harsher on my hair, but sometimes it does help it feel, you know, a little bit softer and better, so. So I put my hair in my Olaplex bun, and then I headed downstairs to refill my water. I'm always filling up my water. I drink like too many of these a day. It's always like a joke with everybody that I'm just like a camel and I drink like 10 hydro flasks. So especially after a run, I am definitely filling up my water bottle for not the end of the night. This would only last me like maybe until dinner, and then I'll probably get another one. So I am gonna go ahead and grab the things that I need for dinner tonight. We are making salmon sushi bowls. This is one of our go-to meals and something that I feel like I've perfected and made really good. I kind of just came up with it one day, just knowing that we like all these kind of ingredients. I realized we had no oil left in our little bottle, so I went and grabbed the big one and filled up that bottle. But yeah, just cooking salmon, as well as rice and a few toppings. We put it together to make kind of like a sushi style bowl, and we love it. We make it all the time. So I did go ahead and refill that bottle just since I had it out, and those little dispenser bottles are just easier to use and of course look cute on the counter, so we like to keep those there. Here I'm getting started on the rice. I just boiled some water and then went ahead and measured that out to have that cook. And this is the salmon that we're using. I actually get great salmon from Aldi or Trader Joe's. It's really cheap per pound and the quality is pretty good. We actually like to get a lot of our meats there. They're just so much more affordable and again, like still really good quality. So I go ahead and shake that out, and I'm gonna be cutting up the salmon into cubes. So I kind of cut it into like slivers first, and then I chop it up into little squared cubes, and then that's obviously gonna cook all together in the pan. So here I am just chopping everything and cutting it up on this board, and then I just wash this off and use it for the toppings afterwards. My husband was actually not home this night. Usually he's here when I get home since he works from home, but he was off doing something, so he ended up coming home and greeted me while I was cooking dinner. And obviously a lot of the times we cook together, so I just kind of got started on it, and I'm actually not sure, I might have done most of dinner this night, but we usually do cook together. We like to do that. And here I am kind of seasoning the salmon. We do like a salt and pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, and I also squeeze in a little bit of lime and just throw that into the pan and mixing everything together as we go. One of the toppings that we use is frozen mango, and I just put that in a little bowl and let that kind of thaw out. We use green onions, so I took those out and washed them and got them ready to chop. So these are all toppings that I like in sushi and things that I think go with that kind of bowl. So we kind of just make it up as we go. Sometimes we switch some things out, but these are the usual ingredients that we include. We also top it with cilantro. Of course, as I'm still kind of stirring everything around, we add in the Trader Joe's soyaki, and I realized I put a little bit too much, more than I usually do. But we love soyaki, it's so good. It's just their version of teriyaki sauce, and this gives it a great flavor for the bowl. I chop up the cilantro, and then we have 2 other lime pieces ready to go for our bowls. I bring back that mango and chop that up as well. I really love adding mango. It gives it like a sweet flavor within the salty. So that's a great addition. And then I'm crafting our bowls. I give each of us a little bit of rice, and then we top that obviously with the salmon. And it's just nice to have these little bite-sized pieces ready to go. Then we add our mango and all the other toppings, including the cilantro, green onions. I like a lot more than my husband does, so I always have a little bit extra. And we also cut up some little like seaweed snack pieces to give it that great seaweed sushi flavor, top it with soy sauce and yum yum sauce. And another thing that I found was a great idea is using bagel seasoning, everything but the bagel, just because it has sesame seeds and onion flavors, so that kind of helps give a sesame taste. Adding in our limes, and I use chopsticks, but my husband uses a fork, so I go ahead and get those ready for us. And we actually eat on the couch a lot, which is my favorite thing, but we love like watching our shows whenever we're eating, and it's snuggling up to Scout. As you can see, he likes to get really comfy next to us. So we take a minute to just kind of relax and sit on the couch while we eat and watch a show. We're watching Gossip Girl right now, So it's a great rewatch, of course, and John had never seen it, so I'm forcing him to watch it with me, and we've been loving it. Throughout our meal, Scout was obviously moving around and getting comfy all over the place. He loves to snuggle up with us. He's like very attached that way, which I love. And then after dinner, it's usually time to take him out. So after dinner, we'll go on like a mini walk and take him to use the bathroom. Then I was getting ready for our showers. Sometimes I hang out downstairs for quite a bit, and shower's like the last thing I do. But since I was still kind of gross from the run and my hair was sitting in the Olaplex, I decided to go ahead and get my shower done with. I took off all my jewelry and put those pieces in my jewelry box, as well as the earrings I had taken off earlier. I usually just put them in my purse until I get home, and I grabbed all of my towels and started taking my hair down to get ready for my shower. After washing my hair, I do a few things to it. I will kind of towel dry it a little bit as best as I can, and I will use a detangler to kind of spray through that and have it a little bit easier to brush. I'm going to use the Living Proof Full Thickening Cream to add some product to it afterwards. I switch it up with either this or the number 6, I think, Olaplex. So I usually like to just put something in my hair. I actually am not blow drying it, but I still think it helps kind of keep everything soft and healthy. I really hate blow drying my hair, so I try my best to let it air dry and stay up long enough for it to dry. I have started doing like heatless curls at night, which we'll see a little bit later, but my hair needs to be pretty dry for that. So sometimes I do end up blow drying, but I prefer not to. Then I just spray my face with some Mario Badescu facial spray. This is the cucumber one. I don't care what anybody says. I love Mario Badescu and I still use it every day, especially the spray. It's just a great little refresh before I do my full skincare tonight. And then I go ahead and put on some PJs, just a t-shirt and shorts, and my slippers, my UGG slippers. I love these. I'm always wearing them around the house. And for dessert, we did something really fun. We hadn't done this in forever because we'd never have cookie dough in the house, but we had a little bit that we took from my parents, and we decided to make this really yummy snack that we love and used to do all the time. So you basically flatten out some cookie dough and then put an Oreo on top, and then take more cookie dough and wrap it around the top part of the cookies, so it kind of just wraps all around it, and it is so good. We love cookie dough, we love Oreos, so this is one of our guilty pleasure snacks that, again, we never have it in the house, so we don't really make them, but we were excited to have the ingredients this time to have one of these really great desserts. So after enjoying that, we usually spend some more time on the couch. Again, sometimes this is before my shower, but I kind of flip them this evening, and I will usually read, or just, we obviously stay on our phones. John will play his game. Sometimes I'm playing our Switch because I love Animal Crossing, so I'm usually doing that. But tonight I was reading a book. I'm reading Archer's Voice, so I wanted to get through a little bit of that. And we just kind of hang out together and relax on the couch along with Scout, and we just kind of wind down for the night. As you see, he still wants to be very close all the time. Then when we head up for bed, we obviously brush our teeth, and this is when I do a little bit more skincare. Not every single night, but I like to do it some nights. So I actually just got this electric toothbrush. I'd never used them, and I don't know why. So I got on the electric toothbrush gang, and I've been enjoying it. I use an Elizabeth Arden toner, and I just kind of put that all over my face for a little refresh, and usually I would spray my face in between this, but I already did that, so I go right in with Cetaphil facial lotion and put that everywhere just to moisturize. I love this Lush Sleepy Lotion. I always just put a little bit on my wrist, kind of for like aromatherapy. It's like lavender smell. And my dentist gave me this like periodontal like gel for my gums that I've been using. I don't know if it's doing anything, but I've been trying it to take better care of my teeth and my gums, so I've been putting that all over before I go to bed every night. Then it's time to do my hair. I wanted to do some legging curls tonight, and I don't do this every night. Usually when I wash my hair, I'll try and do it, so I learned how to do this recently, and it usually turns out pretty good. My hair is pretty curly, so sometimes it just looks like a frizzy mess, but I think I've gotten it down a little bit better. Sorry this clip is blurry, the whole thing, but I go ahead and wrap my hair around, and I really love sleeping in this more than the like heatless curl rod. I never found that comfortable, so I really like this method. I just need to keep working on getting it exactly right. But then I look totally crazy and go ahead and get in bed with my big leg curl thing on. We'll stay on our phones, kind of hang out together in bed. I read a little bit more this night, and then at that point it's time to turn off lights and go to sleep. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching.